A very good morning to all the students that are participating in today's panel discussion. As you are all aware, the COVID-19 crisis has been unprecedented because it was very intense. It was spread all over the world with so many deaths. And at the same time, it has been prolonged. It has taken a long time and it is likely to continue for some more time. We don't know when. And this situation has changed our day-to-day lives, both professional life and the personal life.
True.
Most of us are forced to work from home, changing our own work habits. And at the same time, in terms of our personal life, we are all locked down at home. Whether it is entertainment, whether friends, everything you have to go through digitally. It has become practically a digital life.
Correct.
And this has been a lot more stressful, particularly for the youngsters and the students that are used to attending classes, meeting friends, meeting the faculty members, and now they are all constrained at home. While this has created a lot of opportunities with regard to a digital life and digital business, the students are stressed and students have got a lot of concerns today. Keeping this in mind, ICFAI University Jharkhand has decided to have discussion forums focusing on the issues and concerns faced by the students. As a part of this series, today is the first panel discussion that is focused on the worry of the students that are graduating in 2020, that is the placements and the career opportunities ahead. For this, we have got in the panel, we have got industry experts from two leading industries. One is the industry that is technology-enabled businesses. And second is with regard to the edutech. And today we have got the panelists, Mr. Rajeev Gupta. He's the CEO of Ranchi Mall. It's not a physical mall. It is a mall that is giving solutions around technology. Ranchi Mall is the first blockchain-based, technology-based venture in the entire world to provide solutions around that. And Mr. Rajeev Gupta has got rich experience in IT. He has been an IT professional with over 20 years of experience, having worked in the government. And also he was with Pricewaterhouse for quite some time. And now he's on his own and he's facilitating a lot of people to start their own business. Then we have got the second panelist, Mr. Rohit Sharma ji. He's the Assistant General Manager for the Business Development from the Extra Marks Education. That is the new and the sunrise sector that is coming up in India. That is the online education, the edutech. So, and he's a business development professional. So with this short introduction, I request Mr. Rajeev Gupta to tell us what is changing today in industry, how the digital is transforming the entire world, and what are the new opportunities that are arising out of this, and how the students must prepare themselves to face this and be successful. Over to Rajeev Gupta.
So very good morning to all of you, and I'm very grateful as I've got invitation from Professor Rao, Vice-Chancellor of ICFAI University, for this amazing session. It would be great honor to share my experience to the students, those who are a budding manager, those who will become entrepreneur, and those who will do excellent work in their sphere of life. So before I start, what is the most important thing that we all are facing? COVID situation. Everyone is talking about the impact of COVID on industry, on a personal level, to society, to country. Everyone is in a doldrum and in a state of uncertainty. That uncertainty is there. The major challenge to entrepreneur, young manager, students, those who are studying right now, their employment, their new thing coming, which they were expecting that it will come on time. Now these things are delayed. Not saying not will happen, but now it is being delayed. So they have some worry, they have some stress. So what would be the future prospect of employment? This what I will just try to share. And also the impact on industries with this pandemic, how the industry will perform, how the industry will change their mindset about themselves and for their employee also. And what would be the employment potential, which is very important. So everyone is in the panic mode. My first suggestion and my request to everyone, don't be panic. And why I am saying this? I'm just sharing a few data to all of you. You will be amazed to know the world has experienced this kind of viruses, kind of atrocities in the society from the very beginning. You will be amazed to know in AD 165 to 180, I'm talking about 2000s early, Antony plague was there. And you know, at that time, 5 million people died. In 735 AD, there was another smallpox developed in Japan. 1 million people died. Plague of Justinian in 541 AD, 30 to 50 million people died. Black Death in 1347 AD, 200 million people died. New World smallpox in the year 1520 AD, 56 million people died. London in 1665 AD, during Industrial Revolution, 1 lakh people died. Italian plague, cholera, third plague, yellow fever, it has keep continuing. And the people were losing their life. Recently, in the year 1899, Russian flu, the Spanish flu in 1918 to 20, Spanish flu, where world got experience that 4 to 50 million people died.
No, Mr. Rajeev Gupta, I agree with you about the past such pandemics. Looking at the current situation,
yeah.
So can we just sort of look at, how
true. So now I'm coming to the point
world and what they should do.
Yeah. So so Mr. Rao, why I am saying this? All these past experiences, what went at a personal level, from the industry perspective, from the government perspective, the era that this COVID-19, which somehow it has become pandemic. Pandemic means it has spread to each and every country, most countries of the world. So we need to understand, or we need to change ourselves, for a personal life and for a professional life. Now, what I'm saying, with this thing as happening all around, what to do? That's very important, what to do, because now everyone is facing challenge. At personal level, we all are worried about our own employment, about our own career. Industries, they are facing about their own industrial challenges to keep their employee intact, to keep their production going on, and to keep their market. So now, very important, I would share to all students, those who are to join corporate, private sector, government, wherever they want to go, they always have two options. Either some kind of job, or can become an entrepreneur at this time. In this grave situation, so there is an amazing thing going to happen. So don't just stop yourself that things will end and you will be in problem. You ought to come forward. You have to change your mindset, as we have seen from the past. Nothing has stopped a human being to grow further. So if that is happening, as you are just entering a world where you will design your life, you will design your career. So go with the positive mood. That is very important. If you are ready to go with the positive mood, now the question is what to do. at this moment of time, because you might be thinking you are waiting for some call or you're waiting for some offer later and it is being delayed. What to do this time at home, wherever you are, because from the government side, from all educationist people, they are saying be safe. Now our priority is, sir, Professor, you will accept this notion. Our priority is to save our life, which is very important. And we all are fortunate till date, till the time, till today, we are alive. That means we are blessed and we are having a good time for future. So that one thing is clear, we are alive to what to do next. Should we take some stress or should we come out from that thing which will somehow design our career in a proper way? So now my suggestion to all students, all MBA graduates, all technical person, those who have some worry about their career, this pandemic has taught you to first understand your life, your purpose of life, and what to do next. In a positive note, we can say we are fortunate that we are experiencing this pandemic. We are experiencing this, so you can better.
No, Mr. Rajeev Gupta, would you recommend to the students to upskill themselves, considering that the world is changing professionally? Sort of, what are the areas you believe students, must upskill themselves so that they are geared up for the situation?
I totally agree with you, sir. So that again, one thing I just want to share with everyone in this situation. First and foremost thing that you need to work on your physical and your emotional ability, where you can sustain yourself. First important thing, as you are at home, whatever you want to do some micro discipline in your personality, micro discipline, whatever way. The choice is yours. When you wake up, when you are going to sleep, when you are at ease, when you are watching TV, when you are on a mobile, when you are with the technology, first just focus on how to keep yourself healthy. That is most important thing. Second most important thing at this time, we all are connected with IT revolution, sir. We have enough and enormous amount of information through IT and technology, through Google, through YouTube, through these online classes. We can enrich our knowledge, and knowledge is a great you can say catalyst, and it will help in your career to enhance, so that world will always accept you even during this pandemic time and in future also. Most important thing that everyone should learn to enhance their technical skill, which is going to get you more opportunity in your life. And through technical skill, what I mean to say, through all the IT solution available, through all the online classes available, you just try to connect with your teacher, your faculty, your institute, your market players, those who are providing you that services. Utilize them most, because certainly it will give you extra edge. And if you are just sitting idle and just blaming and just thinking everything will end, that is a wrong approach. So enhance your skill in a better way, and all the IT skills where you are comfortable, whatever background you have, just try to learn a new skill, and that will certainly help you, sir. So physical strength, very important. Your intellectual ability, how to add some value, which is very important, and just practice, sir. If you keep practicing, if you keep consistent on that, certainly things will change to my little understanding, and one should take it forward. Sir, you want to ask any question?
Mr. Rajeev Gupta, at this point of time, there have been news that, some IT companies, like they are not recruiting. At the same time, there were some news items from companies like Capgemini. They said they are continuing to recruit. They said that they are not worried, and this is the right time, to recruit. So this being the case, do you advise the students that they need not be disappointed? Still, job openings are there. In fact, all the top IT companies have declared in India, number one, not stop recruiting.
Correct.
The only thing what they said is the way they are recruiting may be different. Unlike in the
True.
past, today the recruitment will happen the digital way. You have to apply
Correct.
online, and your interviews will be also online through video conferencing or teleconferencing. And then
Correct.
after that, the onboarding is also going on online, e-onboarding they are doing. So this being the case, I think, sort of I could see from you that, our students must be geared up to the new world, whereby like all this kind of a digital way of working, they should get used to that. And also they should keep applying. Today, in fact, all the applications can be done online into that, So, no, thank you very much, Mr. Rajeev Gupta. So now I go over to Mr. Rohit Sharma. In fact, the COVID-19 we have seen, it has the online learning and online education, it has undergone a radical change, and change for the better, starting from the school education, going up to the university education. Today, everything has become online. And today we don't have a choice. And do you see that this has sort of, it has been disrupting the kind of education itself in India? And do you see that, it is opening up, new opportunities for not only for learning, do you see that as new opportunities for the youngsters to join a new profession called edutech? And what are your suggestions for the students, if they have to be successful in making a career in leading edutech companies like your Extra Marks? Over to Mr. Rohit Sharma.
Good morning, Professor Rao. My co-panelist, Mr. Rajeev Gupta, and all dear students. I hope all of you are in the pink of your health and are working towards your goals from the safety of your homes itself during these unprecedented times. Coming to the question that the professor has asked, what kind of opportunities can edtech companies, edtech industry provide you at this point in time when we are facing the COVID-19 situation? Educational technology companies are taking online education to the next level, as schools, colleges, and coaching centers have been closed down during the spread of coronavirus. Many students and professionals are signing up for online courses for entrance examinations like JEE and NEET in order to upskill themselves. Every student, they are making the best of their social distancing phase. As a result, a clutch of edtech players like Extra Marks has seen a sharp rise in the new users. EdTech is right now having 1.3 billion students who are not able to attend their school during the lockdown situation. And this is a time when we being education, education technology providers, we are evolving ourselves, we are learning, and we are evolving on a daily basis. There is a huge surge in demand and coming in from the students from each and every hook and corner of the country. Extra Marks, if I talk about, in the last 40 days has enrolled 2 million students to the education technology platform for learning. In this, we are, as I mentioned already, in this, we are getting students from each and every hook and corner of the country, like cities like Agartala, Daltonganj, Siliguri. So I believe all this makes it quite evident that the edtech industry is at its boom while the difficult times of COVID-19 are on. Very similar is the case with the opportunities of working with the edtech companies. EdTech sector has always been one which helps you learn a lot as an individual while earning. So majority of EdTech companies are hiring right now for different domains like product development, teaching, marketing, sales, technology development, and whatnot, technology integration and everything. What you guys should do as a fresh grad is you should immediately start looking for those opportunities. Many edtechs are also looking for fresh grads who can join as interns, showcase their skills and perform, and then you can get an opportunity to work as a full-time employee once the COVID scenario ends. Things will take a long time to, get back to normal. Physical presence of a teacher in schools being the last one, because obviously something which would be allowed at the last. We'll not put our kids at risk. So even when things start getting back to normal, schools won't open that quickly, thus maintaining the need for edtech industry. Need of education is a never-ending tale, and no matter what, this particular field will always be in demand. In fact, it will keep on increasing even after the lockdown ends because of the very nature of it. Students will obviously be having a requirement to prepare for their examinations, which the institutions will begin as soon as the lockdown ends, examinations like JEE, NEET. So if I talk about the pay scales that the edtech industry offers to you, it is the best as per the industry. Also, your hard work can get you positional and monetary benefits at a very fast pace as compared to many other industries out there.
Mr. Rohit Sharma, in fact, Mr. Rohit Sharma, sorry to interrupt you.
Not a problem.
That you have painted, the realistic picture with regard to what is happening with the edutech. Is going through a boom time and it is going to be sustainable. But at the same time, there are a lot of sales and marketing opportunities that are coming up in the edutech. In the traditional mode of sales and marketing, the executives had to go and meet people. That is what has been the traditional sales and marketing. Do you see that changing, particularly with the COVID-19, the way the marketing is happening, particularly if you take companies like Extra Marks Education? So what is the mode of sales and marketing? Sitting at home, can the students do the marketing and sales? Because today, for most of them, it is unthinkable. What are your views on that, Mr. Rohit Sharma? Because you are on the ground and you have been doing excessive marketing on this. What are your views on this?
That is absolutely correct, Professor Rao. We have changed the way we have been working earlier. Earlier, obviously, it used to be more of a physical contact, physical discussion with the clients, whether it is about the marketing or sales. But now, yes, it has changed. We have moved on to virtual formats of discussions, virtual formats of convincing the customers. And surprisingly, I would say, all the parents out there from the length and breadth of the country have taken it up in a very positive manner. They are responding in a very positive manner. The only reason is education is a necessity and the parents cannot wait any further to get their students' studies started for this particular academic year. So as far as the opportunities are concerned, there are vast opportunities in sales and marketing right now. Almost each and every edtech company is hiring students. There are certain skills that a particular fresh graduate should be possessing in order to achieve such a job, in order to get such a job. If I talk about my advices, I would say there are 3-4 steps that you should obviously consider while you are starting with your job search in edtech if you are a fresh graduate and in a situation like COVID-19. First, I would say, first of all, rebuild your resume. When you are preparing to hit the job market, it may be that you have not updated your job search materials in a while. You should take a fresh look at your resume. Add any new experience, certifications or skills you have gained since the last time. Consider peer review to get a new pair of eyes that may catch spelling errors or grammatical errors. Secondly, there is no better time to strengthen your digital network by updating your LinkedIn profile and sending direct messages to the managers you are interested in working with. So if your goal is to continue on in your field, in this field, you have to continue to build these relationships now. Third, I would say, as I mentioned, that now our way of reaching out to the customers has changed. We have switched to more of a virtual format. In the very similar way, it is very unlikely that you will be having an in-person interview anytime soon. So it is time to ensure you are ready for any interview format. So it is very crucial to know how to operate Skype, Business, WebEx, Zoom. All these platforms are very important to understand. There is no excuse anymore. There are so many resources available on the internet that you need to be clued in and avoid a virtual fox pass. Test your camera, your microphone. Understand how to talk over a Zoom call, a Skype call. Remember that you have to keep your, your mic on a mute when you are not talking. So these are very small things, but I'm mentioning them because these are the very important ones once you are giving a virtual interview.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rohit Sharma, for your advice. See, in fact, the Extra Marks Education, they have come and recruited some of our students through campus placements. You mentioned about the interviews and the students' preparation. when you selected our students, what is that you looked for? Because, that is a message I think a lot of people would like to know. Extra marks education, yes, in fact, you have been recruiting people, and we have seen that you have been making very good offers. The salary compensation is also very good. But, if somebody had to be selected, like what is that you look for in a candidate, in a fresh graduate?
Professor, we've been hiring for all different domains, product development, teaching, marketing, sales. For me, I have been hiring people for past 3 years now for, business development, sales and marketing. What I look forward for in people is, in fact, anybody who is hiring for business development, who is hiring executives for business development would look for is, first of all, their confidence, their communication skills, how a person, with their good interpersonal skills, convince a person who is sitting in front of them, how good they are with their technological background as well, because they have done BTech, they should be aware about the technological background, they should be knowing it, because once they start convincing a customer for an edutech platform, they have to be having a strong technical background too. So these are a few qualities, these are a few things that we'll be looking for in a candidate whom we'll hire as a business development executive or as a business development manager. In extra marks, or in fact, I would say for all the recruiters out there, the same qualities are what they would be looking for as far as my view is concerned.
No, thank you very much, Mr. Rohit Sharma. Then moving over back to Mr. Rajeev Gupta. Mr. Rajeev Gupta, you have pioneered an emerging technology like blockchain technology in India, and you build solutions, and we have got a very good partnership with your organization. You have also helped some of our students to become entrepreneurs, building solutions around blockchain technology. So in this context, what is your advice to particularly for the tech students? So they want to make a career in a fledgling technology like blockchain, or they want to become an entrepreneur. What is your advice to them on how to go about?
Correct. So to my understanding, Mr. Rao, what I have just observed in this era, a new opportunity is coming, and a huge opportunity for those who want to be an entrepreneur, who want to start up. And so the startup, if they're properly backed by IT solutions, if IT knowledge, whether it's an upcoming technology that world is talking about blockchain technology, then you should know the basics of language, JavaScript, Java, and some also. Just need to enhance those technical skills. You must know machine learning, must know all other technical know-how, which is going to disrupt the market. And in this pandemic era and post-pandemic COVID-19, but I'm just going to see a huge emergence in opportunity in health sector. So for even non-technical, non-professional from a medical background, those who want to do a startup, any enormous kind of a startup will come, sir. I'm telling you. So that's a huge industry. And with that, a lot of hospitality industry some will be slowed down. There is no doubt on that. But there are so many new opportunity in health sector, in other sector, in services sector, even in education sector, as what Rohit is also talking about, online education, and everyone is just working on it. And the backbone of such thing is IT, sir. So you need to enhance those skills in this time, lockdown time, give some appropriate time, learn some new thing, basics, and also enhance one great quality which all we have, that is to communicate, to express, to share your views in a proper way. That just I want to say. Is it okay, Professor Rao?
Yeah, no, in fact, Mr. Rajeev Gupta explained very clearly. See, in the past, like in fact, I came from technology field after having done BTech from IIT and MBA. I worked in IT industry for a long time, for over 27 years in companies like HCL Technologies. Then for the last 18 years, I've been into the academics. When I was in the IT industry, the IT profession was taken as an independent and separate profession. And now, sort of like what I hear from Mr. Rajeev Gupta and also from Mr. Rohit Sharma is, the technology is embracing every industry, be it education, be it banking, be it finance, or be it healthcare. So this being the case, this integration of technology into the industry, a technology-driven industries is going to be the new norm, a new way of the business running. Like when we have been seeing like, Uber. Uber is not a transportation company, it's a technology company. If you look at Flipkart, Flipkart has been a technology company. So this being the case, I think the students' mindset, whether they are coming from IT or otherwise, today, most of the students that come from non-IT field, they believe that, yes, industries like EduTech or FinTech, they are all only for the techies. So now it is coming very clear from both of you, these sectors, be it FinTech or InsurTech or HealthTech or EduTech, these sectors are there for everybody, for every student. Be it a BCR, BTech student, or be it a BBA or BCom or an MBA student. Am I right in summarizing that, Mr. Rohit Sharma and Rajeev Gupta?
Just stopping you, supply chain management is going to a drastic change actually.
Exactly, yeah.
In that field, a lot of opportunity will come, sir.
Wonderful. Yeah, Mr. Rohit Sharma, you want to add something to this?
So I believe you've covered everything, Dr. Saab. The only thing I would say is right now, people, all the students out there should start looking for jobs in sectors which are recruiting. For example, an airline industry might not be looking for a marketing executive right now, but a pharmaceutical company would be.
No, that's a good point. That's a good point. In fact, coming by that, in fact, we have noticed in terms of the attitudes of some of our graduating students, we have seen that some students have got jobs in some of the emerging sectors, like a FinTech or EduTech. But some of them have got a mindset that, no, I want to go to traditional companies. So I think, like in fact, Mr. Rohit Sharma is very right in advising the students. The students must see where the opportunities are there right now, rather than having a mindset that I want to go only to so-and-so sector. Particularly if you take Bihar, Jharkhand, lot of people believe that they want to go for a Sarkari job. Or a lot of them, they want to go for public sector job only, public sector bank job. But now, with the new opportunities that are coming, I think, they have to change their mindset and then sort of, take these opportunities. Mr. Rohit Sharma, like in fact, if any of the graduating students join your company, like our own students that were selected, do you see a good growth path for them? They would like to see in something like 5 years hence or 10 years hence, can they see an excellent growth path for them in terms of, additional responsibilities and also salary package? Because that is a concern of some of them.
Dr. Saab, as far as monetary as well as positional growth is concerned, 5 or 10 years is something which you've, mentioned a very, very large tenure, I would say. If somebody has been performing well in an edtech organization like Extra Marks, they can look forward for added responsibilities and monetary growth within 6 months of their joining. So that is how it works. If they have the enthrill in them, if they have that potential, they have that caliber in them, they just have to showcase it. And yes, sky is the limit for them.
No, wonderful. So now that, we got a good landscape with regard to the technology-driven industries, both FinTech, healthcare tech, and also the EduTech, there are a lot of engineering students that come from core disciplines like mechanical engineering, either BTech or they do diploma. Their concern has been with regard to the manufacturing. And because most of them, for a BTech mechanical, they find that, getting into a non-technical job is, a little bit they feel uncomfortable. So in this context, though of course I came from mechanical engineering and I worked in the mechanical engineering industry for quite a long time, I had a discussion with one of our co-panelists who was supposed to join us. So Dr. Dash coming from, he's the HR head from the Larsen and Toubro from the Kansbahl work. So today, unfortunately, he could not join our panel discussion because he had a meeting, a series of meetings with his company. I just inquired with him. Like today, I thought that, because of lockdown, all the industry is not working. He said, no. He said, our company is working. He's heading the HR in the Kansbahl work where they have got, material handling equipment they manufacture. He said their plant is working. And he said that today, not only their plant, all the continuous machinery plants, continuous process plants, they are all working. Though it may not be with a full capacity. And he went on to say that then, in fact, as a matter of fact, Larsen and Toubro is also the partner. They got academic industry partnership. They are our industry partner. They have been helping us in a lot of ways, including the internships for our own students. And even this year, they have assured us they are going to take our students for online internship. So he mentioned that include companies, manufacturing companies, they are open and they are continuing to recruit. And he said that all the coal mines are working, all the process machinery equipments are working, process plants are working, they are continuing to work. In fact, on the same token, I inquired with him, like, in fact, what is going to happen after COVID-19? I asked him, like, in fact, there was a point of time, India was predominantly a manufacturing economy. And over a period of time, it was overtaken by China. And I asked him, like, do you see a COVID-19? Will it be a game changer for the manufacturing industry wherein manufacturing will be back into India and it will become a preeminent sector for the Indian economy? He said yes for that. He said now, like, in fact, all the customers are looking for products that are manufactured in India after having seen the experience of depending on the global world. Because the COVID-19, one thing that has shown to the world is we have moved from a local economy to a global economy. And COVID-19 has showed us that the globalization itself has its own perils. And as a part of that, we have seen how the global supply chains got disrupted. And in this process, like be it our pharmaceutical companies or be it other companies, we did face some short-term problems. Now, after having understood this, today, whether the Indian conglomerates or the companies that are coming from abroad, it looks like they are going to make sizable investments, significant investments into manufacturing in India, with the result, yes, I think, maybe it may be a blessing in disguise. I think the COVID-19 will bring back manufacturing to India. And that being the case, in fact, Dr. Dash has assured that all the students that are doing, the mechanical engineering, they need not be worried. On the other hand, golden days are ahead for them. What are your views on this, Mr. Rajeev Gupta? You worked in a global consulting company like a Pricewaterhouse. You have been seeing the globalization and the global developments. So do you see this kind of possibility happening into Indian market?
So, after hearing you, Mr. Professor Rao, as I have worked with government of Bihar and Jharkhand in sales tax department, after that I have worked with JSW Steel Company as a DCM corporate affair. So I also have the experience of working with the mega industries and then as a consultant in PricewaterhouseCoopers. So my personal view, India is a big economy, there is no doubt. Population size means that we have potential, we have purchasing power, and we have a market also. So now, due to this pandemic, earlier people were talking about globalization, and impact of globalization was we were becoming dependent on the external economy. Now we have advantage. If manufacturing industry to come up in India, huge scope, sir. 70% population is still, they live in rural and villages. So that power, if you provide them a proper infrastructure and to enhance the infrastructure quality, all that manufacturing industries will come up, they will expand, they will create a market, and with that market, new opportunity will come to everyone. So that's a huge thing which is coming up, and in all sectors, sir. This is a kind of eye opener that we need to start to strengthen our economy, to strengthen our people, to strengthen our local workers to that extent that economically they should be viable, sustainable, and they will play a positive role in the growth of our economy. So again, as what you are saying, manufacturing and all those young engineers, those who have done mechanical, civil, and the basic engineering, they are going to get a huge response in coming years. Just wait for a few months is not a problem, sir. We can sustain, we can live, and we all are blessed that still we are alive in a lighter note. So,
no, Mr. Rajeev Gupta, you said it right. Sort of a now, like in fact, there has to be balancing between life and livelihood. And fortunately, India, like thanks to the leadership of our Prime Minister Narendra Modi, we were able to ward off, COVID-19, if not completely. The damage that is done to India possibly is one of the minimum because of the various policies that were taken by the government of India. In the last more than a month, the focus of the government of India has been on the life. So now, whether it is the government of India, the entire industry, they are putting their heads together on how to look at the second facet, that is the most important facet of the livelihood. So as far as the livelihood is concerned, yes, I think the good news we are hearing from both of you is, yes, I think, there is going to be a V-shaped recovery in the economy because the economy is talk of the various models with regard to the economic growth. And now, when the V-shaped growth takes place, I think there, that augurs well, not only for the economy and the country, but also for the youngsters and the students that are graduating. Maybe the only thing is, maybe they have to be patient. They have to be patient until the things settle down.
To some extent, our mindset will.
Yeah. So now, as a kind of as a parting message, like I just want, hear, from you one message to the students, before we conclude this conversation today. Sort of a one-line message or two-line message you want to give to the students, in these difficult times. Today, in fact, all said and done, a lot of students are, some of them are depressed.
So from my point of view,
what is your message to the students, Rajeev Gupta?
From my point of view, career is not only for 1 and 2 years, sir. It has a span of years. So always judge yourself in a span of 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, and 20 years. Things will change and things will be better. You have to play a bigger role. That's a big message. Have confidence, have faith, and always think toward the society, towards giving, which is very important. Work in a collaboration and just grow everyone. That's the ideal thing that one should take it forward.
Well, wonderful, wonderful. In fact, Mr. Rajeev Gupta, you said it right. In fact, as a matter of fact, apart from giving is another thing that is important, particularly in today's context. There are a lot of poor people that require help. In fact, as a matter of fact, I should also mention to you that ICFAI University Jharkhand, they have innovated and we have launched a scheme called Bhojan Patra scheme. As a part of that, our faculty members, they have gone to the villages. They have gone to 16 villages in Ranchi district, and सभी poor लोगों को हमारे faculty members एक सूखा ration सभी को वितरण दे देते. They have gone and given at the doorsteps of the villages. It's not a monetary donation, it is a service donation that was appreciated by the local government as well as the police people. And that is something that, a good message to the students that, yes, I think we also have to give and help this thing. So Mr. Rohit Sharma, what is your message to the students, towards the end of our conversation?
Sir, it was amazing hearing to you that ICFAI University has taken this initiative. I would say it is a super initiative and people would get benefited with it. My parting message would be persistent, don't be reluctant to what you are doing. Keep doing whatever learnings you are doing right now. These things will end soon. COVID thing is only for a few months. Just keep looking for jobs, keep preparing for yourself, keep building yourself, and these problematic things will end soon, and you would be settled in a good organization pretty soon.
Good. See, as to conclude, in fact, we have got very good opinions, insightful opinions, and also very beneficial advice for the students. And you also painted, a very good picture about the future. While I thank Dr. Ratikanta, who is the HR head for the Larsen and Toubro, Mr. Rajeev Gupta, and also Rohit Sharma, just to sort of summarize, and my own message to the students is, it is the tough times, they don't last long. It is the tough people that last. And today, this is a great occasional opportunity for all of you to become tough. In fact, a lot of times in our life journey, because the toughness we start looking at much later in our life. But it's a constant opportunity that you are able to become tough right now. So that becomes a good foundation for you, not only personally, but also professionally. At the same time, you want to learn. The learning doesn't mean what you learn in the classes in the university. The learning is lifelong learning. You have to keep learning, and sitting at home, it's a great opportunity for you to learn. Please also be conscious, unlike in the past, industry will not have time, will not have investable resources to train you when you take into companies. I have been discussing with a lot of companies that have recruited our students. In fact, I'm happy to inform you that more than 2/3 of our students got campus placements. Some of them have got multiple placements, even in these tough times. Normally, this kind of a thing used to happen only in the month of March, April. But despite that, a lot of students have got. But the lot of companies, what they said is, number one, the joining time will be delayed, because today the exams are not over. By now, we are supposed to have declared results. The exams are not over. Because of that, the company said, yes, joining time, there'll be delay. Second thing, what the company said is, it may be very likely that they may not go through so much of, a formal training. So this being the case, all the companies are advising the students that are recruited, get ready to get onto the job and start performing. I'm sure, I think Extra Marks also will say the same thing. Say that get ready and get onto the job and start producing. We will not give you so much of a time into that. I think that is another message to be given. And so there, the students at this point of time, they have to be patient, they have to be perseverant. And yes, no doubt, I think social distancing is important. Today, it is a physical distancing, but a nearness to digital. We are becoming more and more, it is the digital that is bringing us together. And all of us, I think, to the new norm, I think all of us have to get, used to that. And, possibly gone are the days of shake hand and say that these are the days of, namaste. So I think we are back to the traditional world of, back to namaste. So with these few words, I would like to thank all of you. And I thank all the students that have participated in today's session. It is very enriching for all of you. And this is the first one as a part of, our series, what we have got, called the Charcha Manch. In this, it is a discussion forum where we discuss with, the industry experts, from you. And this is the first issue we have taken. We are going to take, more issues that are, concerning the students. बच्चों को इतने परेशानी हैं, इतने सारे issues लेके. And the next issue what we are taking is, students' mental health. Some of them are depressed, they feel bored, they don't know what to do. So इसी के वजह से we are going to have one more panel discussion in the coming few days with leading experts from various fields. With these few words, thank you all very much, and namaste to all of you. So namaste Sharma ji. Namaste Bolji.
Professor Rao and Rajeev Gupta.
Rao sir, and namaste to everyone.
Namaste to every one of you. And we wish all of you very safe and healthy kind of life, and a very good livelihood and an excellent career ahead for all the students that are graduating. So
same to everyone.
yeah, thank you.
And embrace uncertainty.
Yeah.
It's a blessing in disguise.
Wonderful.
Your life will be awesome, I can say. So please embrace this uncertainty.
Yeah. Go.
Find your purpose and understand happiness. Thank you, everyone.
Good. Thank you so much. And I wish all of you all the best. Thank you. Bye-bye.